G'day everyone, welcome back to the channel. I have one of my chickens, Frilly, who's sitting at the moment. She doesn't have any fertile eggs underneath her, so I went and got some fertile eggs. I'm going to run you through putting them underneath the chicken and also doing them through my Janelle incubator. There's a little Janelle incubator. I had to set that up, leave it run for 24, 48 hours. Just to make sure everything's running, everything's the right temperature. Now, inside of it, just for the moment, I've got an oven thermometer. I've also got my thermometer and hygrometer, which gives me the temperature and also the how much moisture there is in the air, because that's pretty important. I've used a couple other thermometers just to check the temperature, and you can adjust the temperature on the Janelles. Hold the set button for 3 minutes, then you adjust to CA, press set, and that changes off the factory defaults. So getting that right temperature is pretty important. So I can adjust the temperature up and down so it matches what my thermometers are saying. All right, so the eggs we've got, I have some rainbow eggs. The lady I got them from, most of her rainbows run off Morans. So we've got a light olive, a dark olive, some spotted eggs, one heading towards brown with a bit of spotting, a lighter one, little rose one, a couple that are white, a light blue, another blue. So yeah, we've got a bit of a variety. Light ones and the blue ones are the ones to put underneath Frilly. They're the ones that don't need as much temperature, and they're less finicky. The Moran ones need a bit more temperature, which is why we're up at 38.1. All right, next step, now we know that everything's functioning, is to start getting it all installed. Okay, with our top unit, which is the motor taken off and turned off, we're down to the inside. Now inside we have this sliding tray. On that I have the temperature, which is set back behind where I'm going to have the eggs. This oven thermometer can come back out, and this tray basically slides backwards and forwards. There's a little slot just here where the motor goes into. Up here we've got the motor, and that's in a circular action, and it slides the tray backwards and forwards, and that moves our eggs during the day. We'll take the tray out. This is the hatching shelf. That's where the eggs sit to actually do the hatching. Underneath our hatching shelf we have our water reservoir. Now the lady I picked it up from was saying that just ambient moisture will be enough, but the ambient moisture, when I've got it in the house, my humidity's sitting about 10%. She was saying it should be about 30% as your ambient. Mine's not anywhere near that low, so we need to bring that humidity up a wee bit. But because I'm not after the full moisture, I'm going to use some foam. By pressing it down, it just traces out the shapes of the area. Now, ideally doing this, you want to use some demineralized water. It has the minerals taken out of it, and it just means you don't get any mineral buildup because of the water evaporating off it. Whereas if you use tap water, you can get some mineral buildup. Now, ideally with these darker eggs, you want them the darkest eggs underneath the heater where they're going to get the most heat. We let our eggs in. We just want to make sure that our eggs move freely, they're not going to jam up. Which they do. Put our tray back on. And we turn it back on. Okay, at the moment this is set up on my kitchen table. I'm going to move that. It needs to be in a pretty still corner where the temperatures remain steady. On my kitchen table is right near a west-facing window. So in the afternoon this table gets pretty warm. So it's going to go over to a quiet corner, and that's the basic setup for running the incubator. Setup for running the chickens, even easier. They've got their house here, which has got a little run attached to it. Inside we've got water. I actually feed them on the ground in here, so it's nice and close to the nesting boxes. Over there we've got Frilly, and one of her daughters is sitting with her as well. Okay, so nice, tight, dry, normal chicken housing. That's all you need. And these are their laying boxes that she is nesting in. So there's our girl right there. And as I said, one of her daughters, young Miss Betty, is sitting with her. She's decided to get clucky at the same time. Let's just put some eggs there. Hear those little clucky sounds she's making. She's stood up to let him in underneath herself. She's going to check him out, make sure she's happy with him. But yeah, that's the setup for putting them with a chicken. I'll close the door, leave her in peace, because that's pretty much all you got to do to take care of them. There's the basics of setting up with an incubator and setting up with a chicken. With chickens are a heck of a lot easier. They're used to doing it naturally. With the Morans, it needs that bit more temperature, so a bit more body heat. Moran's a bigger bird, so it's easier to do them in the incubator for me, because Frilly's not going to have enough temperature for him. It's only going to be a little bit down, but safest to do those ones in there. These white ones underneath her are going to be absolutely fine. All right, well, I'll give you some updates as we go along on hatching these.